What would a video game be without its soundtrack? A forgettable experience, perhaps? Fortunately for us, Resident Evil has been accustomed to a certain musical quality since its 1996 debut. Although there were a few bumps in the road. Well, that was certainly memorable. But we're not here to talk about the worst video game musics of all time. At least not today. Haha. You've asked for it, and here it is. Here are 5 more memorable Resident Evil soundtracks.
Go tell Aunt Rhody. Go tell Aunt Rhody. Go tell Aunt Rhody that everybody's dead.
Go Tell Aunt Rhody from Resident Evil 7 Biohazard is a haunting and evocative song that plays a significant role in setting the tone and atmosphere for the game. This version of a traditional American folk song from the 19th century has been reimagined to fit the eerie and unsettling world of RE7, making it both memorable and impactful for several reasons. The tune itself is older, dating to the 18th century. It originated as a gavotte in the 1752 opera Le Devin de Village, or The Village Soothsayer, by Jean-Jacques Rousseau. The instrumental and vocal versions were used to announce the game. The sung version was written and arranged by Michael Levine, with vocals by New Zealand singer Jordan Rain. The adapted lyrics tie directly into the game's storyline, making the song a thematic anthem for the events unfolding in RE7. The repeated line about death resonates with the game's plot and the fate of its characters, creating a strong emotional connection. The song features a combination of traditional and electronic instruments, including haunting piano notes, strings, and ambient sounds. This blend creates a rich, atmospheric soundscape that immerses the listener in the game's dark and creepy world. The song stands out as a unique and creative reimagining of a traditional folk tune within the context of a modern horror game. This blend of old and new, familiar and unfamiliar, makes it a distinctive and memorable part of the Resident Evil series. Composed by Nobuyoshi Sano, the introduction soundtrack of Resident Evil Dead Aim stands out from other RE pieces we had the pleasure to hear up until this point in the franchise. While many RE soundtracks used mainly orchestral rather than electronic arrangements at the time, Dead Aim did the opposite. This fusion creates a distinctive sound that sets it apart from the series' more traditional horror soundtracks. It represents a period of evolution and experimentation within the series, and its introductory soundtrack reflects this. The desire to blend different musical styles and create a unique aural experience is commendable, and in the case of this game, successful. As an introductory track, this soundtrack is designed to leave a lasting first impression. Its memorable melody, atmospheric build-up, and thematic focus on the fight against bioterrorism ensure that players will remember it long after they've started the game. Also, don't you think it sounds like the opening credits of a police or medical TV series? Outbreak is the most down-to-earth RE story ever told. It's about a bunch of ordinary citizens suddenly trapped in their city filled with nightmarish creatures. They must escape at all costs, and may as well die trying. The song perfectly illustrates each chapter. At first, they don't even realize what's about to happen, what's lurking beneath their feet, until it's too late. The survivors will face unimaginable horrors if they are to make it through the night. Some of them will fail the challenge. Others will succeed, filling them with confidence and hope. But for how long? The main theme's orchestral arrangement and grand scale give it a cinematic quality that stands out. It feels like the score of a high-stakes horror movie, drawing players into the game's narrative and heightening the emotional impact of their experience. It features a rich orchestral arrangement, utilizing a full range of instruments, including strings, brass, woodwinds, and percussion, setting a serious and intense tone for the game. The melody is haunting and evocative, often featuring a slow build-up that crescendos into a powerful and emotionally charged sequence. The main theme has a clear, memorable melody line that evokes both tension and melancholy. The piece progresses dynamically, starting with softer, more subdued sections that gradually build in intensity. This dynamic range reflects the escalating danger and urgency that players are going to have to face, chapter after chapter. Once again, we have Akihito Matsumoto to thank for this musical masterpiece. These elements combine to create a powerful and unforgettable musical experience that reinforces the overall impact of a criminally underrated game. Personally, when I think of a memorable RE game soundtrack, this track inevitably comes to mind. What do you think? Of all the things we can accuse Resident Evil 3 Remake of, a bad soundtrack is far from being one of them. While the original version, composed by Masami Ueda and heard in the original RE3, was already epic, the remix offered in the remake during the final confrontation with the relentless biological weapon that is the Nemesis transcends the initial version and reaches new heights. The track builds to several climactic points, with crescendos that heighten the emotional and dramatic impact of the scenes it accompanies. These crescendos align with significant plot developments and an intense combat sequence. If you're looking for an apotheosis of boss battle music, Metamorphosis is definitely a 10 out of 10. Just listen to this, and you'll get some serious chills all over your body. Want to give it a try? Just listen. And last but not least, I still remember the day I first heard this incredible song. I was between 8 and 10 years old. I was in my room and I had just beaten Resident Evil 3 for the first time. I'm sure you can easily understand how relieved and proud I felt at that moment, after that scary, nerve-wracking trip to Raccoon City. All the Nemesis attacks, all the monsters, the tragedy of the city's destruction. It was finally over. Not to mention that damn water sample puzzle. And suddenly, this song was played. It was different from all the tracks we had heard in the game. It was soft, soothing. It was like a hug from your mother after a storm. It really was some kind of a reward for your efforts. And guess who's the musical genius behind it? You guessed it, Masami Ueda. It definitely left its mark on my gamer journey. To tell you the truth, I even saved it on my phone, along with the remake version. I'm sure I'm not the only RE fan listening to some RE soundtracks in the transport, am I? Tell me what's your favorite, as I leave you with this brilliant piece of music. For now, at least, until we meet again.